Hi, this is Trey Passer. Welcome to my review of Jeepers Creepers 3. Um, First of all, I didn't know they actually made it. I heard the rumors and stuff, and I know the controversy about the director Victor Salva and stuff. But like I said, I enjoyed the first two movies, and I heard they were trying to get financing for the third one, and apparently they did. So this was made. I think it was only in theaters for one day, technically, and before it came out on video. Um, like I said, I really enjoyed the first movie. That one was Justin. What's his name? The guy I used to date Drew Barrymore. Justin, I can't remember his name. Justin Long. Him and Gina Phillips. They were brother sister, and they were traveling, I think, from to the for the parents' house or something like that. But and that's when the creature, the mysterious creeper, uh, basically terrorized them. Um, like I said, the first movie I really loved. The second movie, not as much, but it was still okay entry into the series. But this one, like I said, I was looking forward to seeing it because, like I said, I heard that they actually that they made it. I heard it from somebody at work that they actually made it because the last thing I heard that they were trying to get financing to make it, and I guess they did, so they made it. But oof, this is the worst. This is the worst one out of all of them. This is really bad. Obviously, they didn't have that much money to make this movie. And it really shows in a lot of things. Now, this movie is supposed to take place in between the first and the second movie, uh, but and they promise you. Let me read the synopsis of this because the script is absolutely horrendous. Okay, it says set between the first and second film, Sergeant Davis Tubbs assembles a task force to destroy the creeper once and for all, while growing closer than ever before to learning the secrets of its dark origins as the monster terrorizes the local farming community. Okay, I'm gonna put spoilers in here. Okay, that's not what happens. They kind of tease it's gonna happen, but I'm thinking they didn't have the budget to actually show the creature's backstory, because there's two characters in this movie. Basically, like I said, this takes place in between the first two movies, and you have this one sergeant who's apparently saw the creature when he was young. Yeah, played by Stan Shaw. I don't know where they dug him up, but anyway, he's hunting the creature. Him and his task force. And this takes place like right after the events of the first movie. They even reference Gina Phillips in this, and she's even in the movie at the end. But I'll talk about that later. And when they find the van and the creature, basically kidnaps Justin Long and takes him off, and it picks up from that point on. And you have a bunch of filler characters in this, characters that, like I said, they tease that they're gonna tell you his backstory, but they don't actually show it. They actually have two characters touch a part of the creature that was his hand that was chopped off. They actually touch it, and that was supposed to, they showed them going through the motions, like, with the freaky eyes, like they're supposed to be seeing the creature's past, but they don't actually show it. And I guess maybe they didn't have enough money in the budget to actually show it. So I don't know, why they tease that part. And then you have a bunch of, like I said, filler characters in there that you don't really care that they die or not. You know, they have a just Meg Foster's. I don't know where they dug her up either. She's in it. Her character is sort of interesting because they kind of relate her character. They kind of try to give her character a story, like a background, to a connection to the creature. But her granddaughter, who's supposed to be in that, I think that's a granddaughter, who's supposed to be, yeah, a granddaughter. That character, her, the guy that likes her, there's like four other biker characters, mindless cat that you don't even really care about. Just you got some horrendous acting in this as well. There's a character that's a sheriff in this. Stan Shaw, he's the sheriff. Dan, he's supposed to be the guy that's supposed to get in the task force together to go hunt the creature. And there's a local sheriff that I don't know if the guy was the exact same actor. I would have to go back and look. That was in the first movie. His character is absolutely he, he's hilarious and horrible at the same time, because this character, he's going along with the task force, and the characters that try to hunt the creature, but at the same time he's terrified of the creature, of course, and he's always got he makes these weird facial expressions. Okay, first of all, and this character is supposed to be, I guess I'm assuming this character is supposed to be in his 50s, maybe his 60s if we're lucky, but of course he has shoe polished jet black hair, which makes no sense. At least Stan Shaw, who is supposed to be the sheriff in charge of the task force. At least they let him have gray in his hair and gray in his beard, so he's older. But you see the guy that guy that the sheriff who's with him, he has you can tell he's an older guy, and he has jet shoe polish, jet black hair for some reason. Okay, I mean I assume the guy's dyeing his hair, but anyway, it doesn't matter. Anyway, the creature kills a bunch of people randomly, and they're hunting him. It's funny because while this task force is supposed to be hunting the creature's off in another part of town just killing people randomly, and nobody kind of reports it even. I think until like halfway, not halfway, about I think about a third through the movie, then somebody actually decides to call the cops. Okay, but meanwhile the creature, after, let me show how stupid this is. They actually, the van at the van in the beginning of the movie, the creeper's van is there. It's basically, and it's rigged, so if anybody tries to get into it or take things out of it, it has a gate that closes on them or something, and things that shoot out of it. So the sheriff says, okay, we're going to tow this off. We're going to tow this take this to the impound yard and tear it apart to try to discover these creatures, the secrets, right? So they go off, him and the other sheriff, they go off to talk, and then they cut back, and all of a sudden they come back and say, "Where's the van?" And apparently, then next thing you see two people driving off. I guess the tow truck driver and a deputy. She's on the passenger side, and they're driving off with the van. They don't even show you how they hooked the van up in the first place, because they show when the sheriff's tried to get into the van, it kind of chopped a couple of them up, and she's and then the next thing the sheriffs go up to another place, and all of a sudden the next scene is the van is gone. It's been put onto the lift and being driven off, and it makes zero sense that why they didn't show it. Maybe they didn't show it for time. I don't know. And then again, they show the creature attacking, to get his van back. He basically flies down and unhooks it. Okay, and of course the tow truck driver and the sheriff, they get out of the van to look back at the creature, and of course the creature comes back, attacks the tow truck driver, and get ready to take off with him. Now the deputy has a gun on him, and the creature just goes like this, and she doesn't shoot him. She lets him take off. She lets him take off with the tow truck driver, and she has this dumb look on her face. And then you never see this actress again in the movie. Like, you never know that did she ever report it to the sheriff or what? Nothing. The character actually disappears for no reason. Okay, and it's like this all through the movie. The script is horrible. They don't give you any backstory on the creature at all. Okay, I mean they hint about it, but they don't show you at all, and maybe because they didn't have the budget to do it. Okay, and then you got this this puppy dog love thing between the granddaughter of Meg Foster's character and a guy that works at the feed store, and which again is another pointless subplot, and it's just, horrible writing, and you could tell, like I said, they didn't have that much money for special effects. There's a few explosions, one kind of major car chase, in it, and it's just, it's a horrible, it's horribly written, horribly budgeted. Yeah, they really shouldn't have. I understand it because it's kind of cult classic. They wanted to make a sequel, but you didn't have the budget to do it, or at least if you're gonna do it like Blumhouse does it. I guess they do more with less. First of all, they make sure the script is okay, and they shoot what they can. They don't hint around at things and then don't show it, and that's what this movie does. It hints around, like they're gonna show his backstory. They don't show it at all. Okay, so you get no backstory to him. You don't know where this creature came from or anything. They keep hitting around at it, but they don't show you. Okay, and you got a bunch of forgettable characters and some horrible acting and horrible script. So it's an awful movie. It really doesn't deserve to be in the pantheon of the first two movies. And Gina Phillips, who's the sister of course Justin Long in the first movie, they bring her back at the end. They talk about her because it takes place right at when they're in the precinct, and the creature takes off with Justin Long. So they talk about her in the beginning, but they don't show you her. And then at the end, they show you her talking, like I guess she's talking onto a mic and saying that she's, she's gonna go out there and she's gonna get the creature for her brother. She's gonna kill that son of a bitch for her brother, and that kills her brother, and then it goes off. It's a horrible movie, and I truly regret the hour and a half I wasted watching this, because uh, it's really quite horrible. Okay, just awful script, awful acting, and awful direction. Okay, just really horrible. Okay, and again, somebody probably could have done better. Okay, with the money they had for this, but Victor Salva, who directed the first two movies, did a horrible job. I mean, like I said, I don't know if there's even deleted scenes in this. Okay, which I don't think they are, but and I'm assuming they didn't have much money, but what they wasted the script on, it was just horrible. Again, and the worst character, again, in my opinion, is the sheriff, not the Stan Shaw's character, who's the bounty hunter with the bounty, has a group of bounty hunters. Not him, the sheriff that it was actually in the station where Gina Phillips' character was, the guy with the shoe polished jet black hair. He was always screaming, always terrified, and just ridiculous. His character was he had the most idiotic look on his face from all throughout the movie, and it really, why his character didn't die. I mean, his character should have died just because he was so stupid. Okay, just the ridiculousness. I mean, I can guess in a way that his character was acting realistic, like he was scared all the time, didn't want to do anything, and didn't want to learn about the creature or nothing. He just wanted to kill it, and just he didn't want to have any backstory. And that way he was smart, but just the dumb look on his face half the time, most of the time in the movie, was just ridiculous. It just made me laugh. Okay, and there's another character, it was like the team leader, who was in charge of like this Gatling gun, looks like a Gatling gun, that was going to kill the creature, and they're screaming at him, because they figure out when the two sheriffs are in the car together and they're shooting at the van that it's bulletproof, even the tires are bulletproof, and it ricochets, and they're trying to tell this guy who's coming from the opposite direction, don't fire at it. They're radioing, and you can clearly hear that he can hear them, but for some reason he's ignoring it because of reasons. And sure enough, he shoots at it with the Gatling gun, and of course it ricochets off and winds up killing himself. So basically he killed himself, okay, which is absolutely ridiculous. And for added measure, the creature's van spits out this rolling explosion that rolls and just blows up the truck, okay, in a horrible CGI thing. This is an awful. Okay, I'm gonna give this movie a 4 out of 10. Okay, this movie's awful. Okay, and the only reason it gets a 4 is because of the creature effects. The creature looked good. I have to give them that credit. The creature was good. Just the story was horrible. Horrible acting. Just an unworthy sequel to the movie. They really should have just made the sequel be Gina Phillips' character searching for the creature years later. That's what they should have made it, instead of teasing that at the end of this. Okay, this movie, okay, can go in the garbage because it's that horrible. Okay, really, really horrible. Okay, and like I said, Blumhouse probably could have done a better job with the budget they had for that. There's horrible script, horrible acting, just a horrible story, not worthy of a sequel to the first two movies at all. Again, so a 4 out of 10, and that's only because of the creature. Okay, it gets the 4. Okay. Anyway, let me know what you think of Jeepers Creepers 3. What do you think of it? Feel free to leave comments down below, and if you like this review, please hit the subscribe button down below. I have links to my Facebook, my Twitter, and my Instagram in the description box, as well as my other channel, Paul's Views and Opinions. Please check that out as well. And this is Trey Pastor saying so long and take care. Don't see this movie.